So I saw Spider-Man Brand New Day, and all in all, I would say that this film is, first of all, spoilers if you don't want to hear spoilers. First of all, I would say that this film is edited together from a bunch of different movies, or, Tom Holland and Zendaya have discussed how they saw a first cut of the film and basically rejected it and said this is not the film that we were looking for. And it kind of shows because, like I said, spoilers. Jean Grey is in this film and is sort of an antagonist or, um, fake out villain. She's looking for her sister, but she's possessing people and controlling them, and essentially, using other villains to get at Spider-Man. And Spider-Man himself cannot be controlled because of his spider sense at the beginning. He's also mutating, so they're doing the, organic web shooter or organic web versus the web shooter thing. I don't know. It's not a bad film. The Punisher aspect is definitely elevating it. Without John Bernthal, I think this film would be pretty boring, honestly. Um, the Hulk is in it, but not that much. The idea that the trailers are putting in there, where it's kind of like, they don't show the three of them together or anything, so they didn't lie, but the idea I had was that it was going to be basically about those three. And it's not. It's very much a Spider Man, Peter Parker movie, and that's good. New York is a real set that they built, as far as I know. That was pretty large. It just doesn't look that great, if I'm being honest, on screen. I'm not sure what. Uh, I'm not sure what happened. I could have been in a theater where the screen wasn't great, or they accidentally put on a 3D version of the movie or something, but it just didn't look that good. And positives for the film. Everyone's really likable as always. Zendaya and Tom Holland have great chemistry. You know, for whatever people think about her playing Mary Jane, it's not the one from the comics, but it captures the essence of the character, and their relationship saves any criticism people might have had. Um, I would say that you do see Scorpion, you see Tombstone, but for such a little time, I don't think it's even really right to have them in the advertising. Venom is not in this film, but you might as well have put him in the advertising for as much as the others are in it. Jean Grey is like I said, the hidden villain, except that what actually happens is, it's she's been wronged and she's going after essentially what will become Stryker and the X-Men's government enemies. I don't know. It's so anyway. The Punisher shoots Spider-Man and he lives, and there's this long, not too long, but there's this sequence where genuinely I thought maybe he wouldn't live, but that's kind of ridiculous. Of course he did. Um, and then after that, there's uh, I may be remembering it out of order, but something happens and basically resolves, and then there's an entire fourth act with all of like the majority of the Jean Grey stuff, her backstory and everything, and I don't know. It felt like the first hour of a different film, honestly. All in all, I would say that 1 out of 5. I'd say it's 3 stars. It's fun. John Bernthal and Spider-Man's interactions are great. If Tom Holland wasn't such a massive star, then a show with the two of them on Disney Plus would be good. Maybe in a decade that will happen. Um, but yeah, I wouldn't recommend seeing it in theaters unless you're just a diehard fan or looking for something to do. It's quite expensive, and I don't feel like it delivers. The post-credit scene mentions something about, I haven't seen it, but I looked it up. Something about a Spider-Man in space. I don't know if it's Miles or a reference to Secret Wars or Doomsday. I don't think anyone cares, honestly, at this point. But yeah, wasn't the worst film I've ever seen. With the right group or the right mindset, you might enjoy it, but I wouldn't rush to see it.